Hello there guys and welcome back to a brand new video. Last night was the quarterly EA earnings call, which usually has some interesting information. This time there was unfortunately very little to speak about with regards to Star Wars, and as a result of that I kind of thought, are we actually not getting a Star Wars game next year? Before I dive into that though, I have a question that I'd love to hear back from you guys on. I've put this in a community post as well, but despite there being no Battlefront 3 game in sight, do you want me to make speculative content for if we do get a Battlefront 3? So the videos I'd be making are like hero concepts, heroes, skins, weapons and all that I like to see in the game kind of at launch and also post-launch as well. Basically just throwing ideas out there for a Battlefront 3 and what it could be like. Let me know in the comments below as well what you think of all this, and be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any future videos. So last night it was said that EA planned to release at least 6 new games on next gen between April 1st 2021 and March 31st 2022. These games include a brand new Need for Speed game with astounding visual leaps and developed by Criterion. Then we have DICE working on the next Battlefield at a never before seen scale and is set to release during the holiday season for next year. And then you obviously have your FIFA, Madden and NHL, the usual 3 sports games that we see every year. Then the last one is simply said as at least one more during this period too. So could this other one be a Star Wars game, or is it just a brand new IP or something that we haven't seen for a long time, maybe something like Dragon Age or something? As a Star Wars fan, I'd obviously like to remain optimistic and think that it could be a new Star Wars game. However, there is obviously just no evidence towards that being the case. The one thing that really gives me hope is that they managed to hide Squadrons for a very long time before it was announced, so could they be doing the same again next year with another title? Sure, Project Maverick was leaked a few months before the announcement, but even then not much was known about it at all, so I don't really see any reason as to why it can't happen again. After all, this is the Star Wars license and they may want to or even have to keep things quiet for a time. Now this is just pure speculation of course, and we know for a fact that Respawn are continuing their efforts with the Jedi series. My assumption is that this is going to be a sequel for Fallen Order based on how the game ended, but I imagine we will likely see this released during the holiday season of 2022, so in pretty much 2 years time. Apart from that, there are no other confirmations on new Star Wars games. Recently there have been a couple rumours floating around with regards to Motive making a new Star Wars action game. However, they themselves actually came out and said that these rumours were simply untrue and it was just simply a typo. There have also been rumours on EA working on a Force Unleashed 3, which is quite frankly one of the stupidest rumours I've heard in years, and I have absolutely no idea where anyone got this idea from. The fact that EA literally just had a successful launch to a new game franchise within the Star Wars universe last year with Fallen Order, and with that being somewhat reminiscent of Force Unleashed, why on earth would they then backtrack and go to the old franchise that they had nothing to do with and make a third title for that as well? If this was to happen, they'd then just be creating competition for themselves, which is really not necessary, and again they had nothing to do with Force Unleashed, so why would they go and make anything with regards to that? Another thing as well is that Disney pretty much don't touch Legends material at all really, so why on earth would they just go and think to go back and do something like this? And again, why would they go and do that when they've just recently had the success of Fallen Order last year? It just makes no sense at all. To wrap it off though, I'm happy to say that Star Wars Squadrons has actually beaten EA's sales expectations, which is simply good news. There were no specific numbers given as of yet, but hopefully in the future we could see something with regards to that. With Squadrons beating sales targets, hopefully they do see the love for the game from the community as well, and maybe think about adding some more content further down the road. That said, it obviously depends on whether or not they think the player base is really there for that, but only time will tell. Anyway guys, that is all I have for you today. Let me know in the comments below what you want to see from the next Star Wars games, and let me know as well about that potential Battlefront 3 content videos ideas that I had. Thank you all very much for watching, and may the Force be with you always.